Kids can eat poorly in their teenage years and it won't affect them later on in life, right? Yeah, no. How today's choices could lead to severe health consequences later and the changes that you can make now.
Ever heard of a home warranty? Many people haven't, but it could be one of the most important investments you make when buying a home. Today we talk about what they are, how they protect, and what could be missing from the fine print. Plus, whose market is it? The buyers or the sellers? We get the answer.
Spring has many motorcycle owners hitting the open road. Coming up, we review your rights whether you're the driver of the bike or the other vehicle.
And hundreds of motorcycles will be making their way through Delaware this weekend. How you can get in on the action and help support a good cause.
And lots of big acts are heading to Delmarva this spring, including a multi-Grammy-winning band, who it is, and what other performances you can expect to see. Delmarva Life starts right now. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Live from Historic Studio D.
It's a big day here on Delmarva.
Yeah, maybe in about an hour.
An hour, a little over an hour. Window opens for the Antares rocket.
Yeah,
We're excited about that.
That's going to be cool.
In the meantime, I want to ask you, do you need a good laugh? Possibly several?
Always.
Always. Well, this weekend, the Jefferson School in Georgetown is bringing comedian Michael Ian Black to Rehoboth Beach. Do you recognize him?
Yeah.
It's the 10th annual Comedy at the Beach event. You may know Black from VH1's I Love the 80s, I Love the 90s, I Love the 2000s. I think he's in all of them. He also had a role on the TV show Ed. That was a show that was on about 10 years ago. Real funny show.
I remember that, yes.
Yeah. So if you want to see him perform in Rehoboth Beach, it's this Saturday, April 20th at 7 p.m. at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center. It benefits the Jefferson School in Georgetown. Doors open at 7 p.m. Show starts at 8. And of course, we have more information on delmarvalife.com.
Good time and fun for all. I played baseball in high school.
You did?
I love baseball. I know there's a lot of people argue that, but I enjoy a good baseball game. The reason I mention that is James M. Bennett High School. Their baseball team could be entering the record books even as we speak. For the last 3 seasons, head coach Jay Fanaglieto, his squads have won more than 50 consecutive games, and if they win their game this afternoon against Crisfield, they will then lead the Maryland State High School baseball record of a total of 54 consecutive wins.
That's incredible.
So yeah, so great job, guys, so far. We'll go ahead and say great job so far. So,
and good luck.
Right now, they share the record with Bowie at 53 consecutive wins.
Wow.
So that could be
well,
great.
Speaking of baseball, there's a fundraising event in Talbot County for a local community member, a local coach there. It's called Pay It Forward. It's a silent auction to benefit Jesse Stanford. Here he is. Now, Stanford has coached many of the children who have attended Easton Middle School. Coach Stanford has coached both baseball and basketball and was the first one to start a basketball program at Easton Middle. Jesse has also coached basketball and t-ball for other area schools.
Wow.
Last October, he had to take a leave of absence from his job to get knee replacement surgery.
I was going to say, he's on crutches.
Yeah, he's on crutches there. Unfortunately, it was very painful and unsuccessful.
Oh.
Yeah, so he's out. He's going out for a 3rd knee surgery, but he needs help. He has no long-term disability, so he can't work or anything. So the community is coming together and they decided to put on a silent auction to raise money for this well-loved coach.
Nice.
And it is this Sunday, April 21st from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. at Easton Volunteer Fire Department. Help him out because he's helped so many people out in the Easton area. All
right, there's something for you to do Sunday afternoon. Write it down, don't forget. The Veterans Memorial Cemetery in Millsboro had some very special visitors here quite recently. Allow us to introduce you to the Bear Den of Lewis. They posted donated birdhouses around the cemetery, learning what it means to be a veteran. Mostly 3rd graders, an invaluable experience for these guys to learn about patriotism, community service. So great job, guys. Thank you for doing that. Awesome. Wonderful.
Right. And speaking of parks and areas, if you see crime scene tape at Cypress Park and Pocomoke City, don't be alarmed. There hasn't been a crime. Well, it seems that Easter eggs weren't the only eggs during the Pocomoke City Police Department's 11th annual Easter egg hunt. On the day that they were going to have it, someone spotted a killdeer eggs, and you can see them. Actually, you can't really see them in this picture because they put their eggs down in the ground, and so they camouflage, and it looks like the rest of the ground. By the way, killdeer are like plovers
that
you see along the beach. So somebody put sticks around it so no one would step on them. Well, one of the department heads down there said, who's also a forester, said, you know, that's not enough. So he asked Police Chief Sewell if he had any crime scene tape. And he did.
So they ringed it with crime tape?
They ringed it with crime scene tape.
Okay, that's awesome.
So, yeah, I just imagine if you're down at the park and you're like, oh my goodness, what happened there? Well, it's okay. Hopefully they'll stay safe there.
Wow. Yeah, watch your step. Watch your step. There's more out there. We just got to be able to see them. Bowers Beach got a new fire truck.
Oh, good.
Actually, it's an old fire truck.
Oh.
They got it when it was new. Well, here's the deal. They got it old. They made it look like new. It has been in a junkyard for several years. The fire department spent just over $116,000 renovating it, rehabbing it, just in time for the fire company's 75th anniversary parade this last Saturday. That's a 1953 GMC Orin. They got it when it rolled off of the factory line.
Seriously?
It went through 3 fire companies, and then I think it got shipped out to a farmer or 2, and they used it for like hauling hay and things like that. And it was in junkyard for a while. And finally, the junkyard owner said, "Hey, look what I got." So they put it together, and there it is, and it's absolutely gorgeous. So they're going to have it in parades and things like that, and then put it up someplace for display, and try to get kids involved in the fire company. So very cool, very neat.
Very, very cool.
Did you hear about the new parking meters in Ocean City?
Oh. Okay,
here's the deal. You know, sometimes it's hard to carry around cash, coins. So there are these new credit card meters. It's right there in the right-hand part of the picture there by the sign. It's a credit card meter.
Oh yeah, I've done that before. It gives you a little slip and you put it in your...
Well, they're going to bring in some new ones into Ocean City. They're saying that they can generate another $2 million over the summer, which of course they need because their budget is really, really stretched thin. Some of the tourists may not like this though, because they're actually going to move them into almost 5,000 spaces that right now are free.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So that's but you know what?
No free parking.
No free parking. Come on out, play. It's not that expensive. You'll be fine.
Hey, I wanted to show you something. This morning I opened up the Daily Times, and in it they had a pull-out that they do every year around this time, around tax time. Right. And basically it's really thick. In here it lists all of the names of people who possibly have unclaimed money.
Oh, yeah.
From taxes or whatever. You open it up and you look at it. Generally, this is a very dry publication, but it doesn't grab my attention, but it did today, and I'll tell you why. Because the picture on the front is Comptroller Peter Francho, and it says on here, the most interesting man in Maryland, and he's striking that pose like in the beer commercials. I thought that was hilarious. Then I researched it a little further to find out that there's a video that goes with it. Take a look at this. This is hilarious.
His tax returns refund themselves within 3 business days. The Surgeon General warns that he's hazardous to the health of cigarette smokers.
All right, well, it goes on to say he's like, there's all kinds of neat things in there, like Ray Rice asks him for advice, things like that.
Great.
I don't always lose property, but when I do, I prefer to search at marylandtaxes.com. And basically, it is a promotion to get people to look for their money.
That's awesome.
Kudos to them, you know.
That's a terrific campaign.
It is. Whoever thought of that, good job.
Wow.
Well, still to come on Delmarva Life, does your teenager love junk food or sitting in front of the TV for hours on end?
No. Their health choices now can play a major role in their future. We're going to share some steps that you can take to keep your kids healthy for years to come.
Plus, many people have never heard of a home warranty, but it may be a good idea to protect one of the biggest investments you'll ever make. What you need to know before you sign on.
A little bit later on, now that the weather is warming up, we're going to start seeing more motorcycles on the road. And whether you're driving a car or you're on the motorcycle, we're going to share some steps that you can take to make sure that everyone stays safe.
Delmarva Life, we'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and Mitsubishi dealers. And State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.